safe to say none of us are at CPAC this weekend. CPAC is the Conservative Political Action Committee, and they're having their annual gathering there. It's been kind of off to a big start, and I'm going to pull up what I think is going to remain one of the most iconic images of the weekend. It's Elon Musk waving around Javier Milei's chainsaw for bureaucracy. I don't know if you guys saw this at all. It's actually his new profile picture because Elon Musk is just on his own aesthetic wavelength here. I'm going to play this video from Nick Sorter. Elon Musk was a featured speaker. He came out on stage, and you'll see the gift exchange.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw! That's brilliant. All right.
I love it. Mr. President, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
So two men with incredibly strong aesthetics over here. What do you guys make of Elon Musk at CPAC so far?
I mean, I like it, and I love, I go back and forth thinking about this current administration and how just it seems that people want to have fun, which I can't say the left really like doing. Everything was just miserable and just drew it over there. And I don't know, I kind of like this badass thing that he's got going on with this chainsaw. I don't know, I like it.
This is peak autism, and I love it. I made a joke saying that there's going to be a meme coin that Javier Milei is going to create out of this image. And then a whole bunch of people are going to get rugged. And then I also said Elon's going to get so many right-wing alternative media girlfriends from this larger PR move.
See, I think it's kind of funny that he is like leaning into meme culture. I think this is a level of I am aware of the internet, because obviously the chainsaw was a big part of Javier Milei's aesthetic when he was kind of going viral. And that is probably one of Elon Musk's strengths, that while maybe autistic, he is definitely from the internet.
Yeah, this is peak autism, and I love it. It's great. You know, it would have been better instead of having the noises of Elon be like, "Rrr, rrr." It would have been better if it was an actual chainsaw that would have like roared and actually would have been, something that you could actually use, so he didn't have to kind of ad lib there. But otherwise, great optics, and this does represent what Javier Milei kind of initiated, even though he's getting a lot of flack right now for the crap coins. But Javier Milei did initiate this kind of first president in our modern history that is representing anarchy and libertarian points of view. What he's been able to do in Argentina, it's spectacular. It's amazing. And he kind of set the kind of groundwork for eliminating government, eliminating waste, eliminating regulations, eliminating taxes, and helping out the economy there that was absolutely just obliterated by leftist liberal Democrats that have just printed money out of thin air and then created hyperinflation-like scenarios that robbed people of their wealth. And seeing this larger kind of bromance between the two, even though they're kind of mixed in kind of controversy, it's a good representation. We need more representation like that, and we need more action like that. So Milei is the trendsetter, and he representatively passed on the chainsaw that Javier Milei always had during his campaign, representing the cuts he wanted to make to government. He gave it to Elon. Elon's now doing it on a massive level. And it's a beautiful representation overall.
How much of Elon Musk's current brand hinges on him staying viral?
I don't know. He is on social media a lot, so I think social media is very addicting, but you got to be careful not to be audience kind of hijacked as well. So it's something that it should be a cautionary tale because it could lead down to some bad paths. Overall, I think the conversations he has started are critically important, especially when it comes to the amount of people that are just being obliterated by all the soft kill eugenics weapons out there and the depopulation agenda. Him speaking out originally about people needing to have more babies, I think is one of the most important things for Western civilization right now to hear. And him kind of, speaking out against that has been a very big wrench in this larger kind of psyop that has always told us that there's too many people in this world, that we need to get rid of them, that people are evil. This larger kind of idea of human expansionism, of exploration, of going out there and really discovering, building, and growing. I think it's a good energy, and I think it inspires a lot of people to do similar things.
He's an interesting guy. I actually think, I mean, this is funny. It's obviously unusual. People think of CPAC as being this very like suit and tie, traditional, conservative, maybe even preppy place. And it's not that it isn't that still in some aspect, but obviously having someone come out with a chainsaw is amusing. Some of Elon Musk's best viral moments to me were actually before he was at the sort of mega celebrity stardom status that he is right now. Obviously, he's massively wealthy. A ton of people know about him. But I remember when it came out that he had children with the SpaceX executive in Texas. And it came out through court documents. They had been changing one of the children's last name or something like that. And the media started to bombard him about this. And all he tweeted in response is, "I love having a large family. I hope all of you do too." And there was something so funny about that, just like this off the cuff remark. Again, I've said this 1,000 times on the stream. I think you should have large families. I also think maybe you should raise your children. So I'm not yes, Elon Musk's family structure to anyone, but he was definitely bringing forward or redirecting this criticism of him that he had. You know, the media clearly wanted it to be he's this skeezy executive who's pressuring women at his company to have children with him, into a conversation about like, aren't children good? Shouldn't we have big families?
But they're also inverting the reality here, because a lot of women want to have children with him. Let's not, deny the basic kind of reality here of.
But they wanted it to be like a sex scandal. They wanted to be like he's abusing his power. What do you think, Gothix, of Elon Musk's relationship with being
But just
viral?
really quick before we go to Gothix, what you just described, you just described Bill Gates. Right? Bill Gates, what he's doing is the exact opposite of what Elon Musk is doing. There's a lot of stories specifically about Bill Gates being very creepy at Microsoft and turning a lot of people off and trying to have his own kind of affairs behind the scenes. His wife divorced him because, in her own kind of words, he wouldn't stop hanging out with a Mr. Epstein that would procure children and young women to all these prominent billionaires, and then he would of course film them secretly and then have extortion material on them. So I just wanted to kind of input that. But what you were describing, I was like, you're describing Bill Gates here pretty much.
Well, what I'm describing is the fact that the media treats Bill Gates differently than they treated Elon Musk.
Yeah, they love Bill Gates.
He's
on their side.
Yeah, they love Bill Gates. They promote Bill Gates every day. They're like, Bill Gates, he's going to save the world by, literally but he's literally blocking out the sun in experiments. He's creating GMO mosquitoes. He's producing procedures that have a track record of hurting people that he clearly is benefiting off of. And now he's fear-mongering that many people are going to die if his money from USAID is cut off. So totally two different people, as Bill Gates believes that there's too many people in this world. We got to get rid of them through these procedures. And you have Elon Musk today even speaking out against these procedures and saying specifically that he was injured by them himself, saying that we need more people in this world.
Gothix, what's your take on Elon Musk and his relationship with being viral?
I don't necessarily think his brand hinges on him going viral necessarily, because I think, as Luke was pointing out, like we're talking, if we're comparing from Bill Gates to this guy, Elon clearly isn't with the left. So they hate billionaires if that billionaire is on the right. So they're going to find a reason to hate him anyway. Him going viral, definitely. I think playing into the meme culture, I think, has its benefits. Just sort of getting the younger population interested in politics, which I think a lot of people weren't really interested in politics until a couple of years ago. I mean, seeing all the podcasts that Trump was on, as he was running his campaign trail, definitely was a testament to that. But as you mentioned, like, he has a lot of good insight with, having big families. However, if I were him, I would be very careful to just be sleeping around and having copious amounts of babies with random women, because like the last week, all I saw on my timeline was Elon, baby Elon. And I just look at that as a giant distraction and something that the left can use as a bludgeon to say, we can't trust these people. Look at all these sex scandals or whatever they come up with in their mind.
Yeah, but they lost their value because a lot of people understand that they're filled with crap, because the media loves Bill Gates. They love Oprah. They love Michael Bloomberg. They love all these billionaires. They love the Rockefellers, right? They love the Rothschilds. They love promoting all of those individuals that are literal billionaires that meet in secret and talk about how they need to curb the population of the earth. They had a meeting, and the corporate media talked about how the secret meeting in New York between Oprah, Michael Bloomberg, Ted Turner, and all these other eugenicists with Rockefeller when he was still alive was the meeting of the superheroes. That's a direct kind of opposition to how they describe Elon Musk, who a lot of people would say is actually doing a lot of good work for humanity. And we're living in a new day and age where the old guard, the dinosaur media, they're pointless. They're absolutely a worthless institution. The new media is with the memes, is with the culture, is with making fun of things, making fun of yourself, laughing, being silly, and being a little ridiculous. And I prefer that over the old guard, which is a bunch of eugenicist monsters.
Yeah, and I think the reality is we're never going to be able to hold up a perfect hero, right? Like, you can think Elon Musk does all kinds of wonderful things, and there will be something that you are critical of. I agree with Gothix. It's not great to have lots of children, lots of different people. It's dangerous for him as a person. I think generally it's not a great reflection of the kind of pro-family culture you want to have. It's not, to me, it's not enough to just have a lot of kids. Those kids have to be raised. Otherwise, they end up getting raised by the state. Or the influences around them that could corrupt them. That being said, Elon Musk does a lot of really wonderful things. It's similar to Donald Trump, right? Like, he does lots and lots of great things, or tons of things I agree with him on. Obviously, he's a flawed individual, as are we all. He's been divorced 3 times. His family seems very happy and blended, but you're never going to be able to find one person on either side of the aisle and be like, they do everything correctly 110% of the time. What I find funny about Elon Musk, hold on a second. What I find interesting about Elon Musk is that he is this evolving character. And to me, so much of it has gone from being, this successful Silicon Valley guy with PayPal. And as he becomes more and more part of just celebrity culture, you see him developing. Now, everyone grows and changes with time. Everyone's aesthetic changes. It doesn't matter. But this guy is very different from the blazer wearing guy pre-hair plugs than he was then. And in fact, he seems to be really enjoying his position in social culture right now, which is, probably well earned.
Yeah, to add to that point, because I was on my stream the other day and someone made a comment about how they wished Elon dressed a little bit more professionally in the Oval Office. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, but at the same time, we've seen administrations where they wear the suit and the button-ups, and they're so corrupt. So I would prefer if someone just, dress like a normal human being, a casual human being, and be transparent about what they're doing within government instead of putting on this professional performance that really underneath they're not really trustworthy to begin with.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I think you'll continue to see a lot of Elon Musk. My prediction is that he's someone who has a lot of interest, and so he won't always be at the White House and at these political events as intensely as he is right now. Not for any dramatic falling out reasons, just because he's always chasing the next new big thing. And so right now we're getting the Trump administration installed. He's there. I suspect you'll see him shift to another project, and I'm curious to see kind of where his mind takes him.